I've seen a lot of alpha male comments thrown at Hakuho of late, but if you go inside a sumo stable, I think you'll find you can level that accusation at any number of people in the sumo world. I think there's a little more to Hakuho than that, so why don't we find out? Let's take a look at an excerpt from his autobiography entitled The Power to Win Through. This was written in January 2015, just after he'd broken the record for Top Division Tournaments 1. January 2015, Day 13. On this day did I secure my record-breaking 33rd title. The man whose 44-year-old record I had rewritten was the great Yokozuna I so dearly respect, Taiho. My moment of triumph saw me enveloped in the cheers of a packed Kokugikan, the 13th consecutive full house since opening day. I went into that January tournament with a brand new white Yokozuna belt, freshly woven at a special ceremony held in my stable the previous December 21st. I started my campaign with a thrust-over of Tochiozan, then beat Tochinoshin, Takarafuji, Terunofuji, Ikioi, Endo, and Takayasu. And on the 8th day, in front of the imperial couple making their first sumo visit in 4 years, I thrust down Ami Nishiki to record my 600th win at Yokozuna. After that, I kept winning. Ichinojo, Aoiyama, Go-Edo, Kotoshogiku, to remain unbeaten heading into day 13. By then, only Kisenosato and Harumafuji could actually catch me, and one match before mine, Harumafuji fell to Kakuryu. It was now me versus Kisenosato for the title. This was it, the bout on which a monumental record depended, and despite my solid determination not to lose, strangely enough, I was calm. Remember, I'd just seen Harumafuji felled by Kakuryu's Shitatenage. Naturally, I was firing myself up. I hit Kisenosato at the initial charge and instantly had him at the ropes, but he countered with an armlock throw and our bodies fell from the dohyo in entangled form. The referee's fan went up in my direction, but the judges felt that we'd touched down as one and awarded a rematch. Even then, my spirit remained unbroken. Thinking only about fighting good sumo, I started that rematch well, only to be jarred by Kisenosato's left arm block and knocked sideways. For a split second, my right leg started to float, but I reset myself, destabilized Kisenosato, grabbed his belt from the front, and pinned his arm from the side to crush him down. I'd done it. That win meant I'd tied with ex-Yokozuna Chiyonofuji for the most titles decided early, 15, and got a new record of 6 titles settled on day 13. I then forced out Harumafuji on day 14 and Kakuryu on day 15 to register my 11th perfect score, my first in 10 tournaments, a nice touch of grace to add to my record-breaking 33rd title. This is what I said during the ensuing interview. Being able to last 8 years at Yokozuna, not missing a single day of the tour, and achieving this result now, I believe it's all the bidding of the gods. Behind every strong man is a smart lady, so I want to show my gratitude to my wife. And although I may have overtaken Taiho statistically, in terms of spirit, I still lag behind. But despite the great result, the tournament was hardly a breeze. The bid for the record meant I was exposed to pressure like I'd never felt before. I also sensed my age was catching up with me. Fewer and fewer of my techniques were capable of crushing an opponent. I found myself saying in November 2014, there might be a lot of 14-1 or 13-2 titles from now on. And my matches against Ikioi and Kisenosato in January seemed to underline this point. I was able to push them backwards with ease, but they still knocked me over at the rope. And yet I've been able to keep winning, Firstly, due to my strong spirit in the bout, and secondly, through having a Yokozuna's pride, which means I must set new goals in the years ahead and continually devote myself to them. I arrived in Japan on October the 25th, 2000. At the time of writing, over 14 years have now passed since that fateful day. So many memories keep flooding back. The torture of initial training, the delight at being listed on my first rankings chart, my promotion to Division 2, then Division 1, then Ozeki, Yokozuna, and still the days of grueling application continue. Who could have predicted that a 15-year-old boy weighing but 62 kilos could go on to challenge for and break that magnificent record? It felt like a dream to actually do it. It goes without saying that my route here was hardly routine. There was also a battle against the pressure to keep on winning. I always say that I have 3 fathers. The first is my biological father, Jigjidin Munkhwat, distinguished Yokozuna of Mongolian Sumo. The second is the man who accepted me into Japanese Sumo and raised me, Miyagi no Oyakata. And the third was my Sumo father, sadly no longer with us, Yokozuna Taiho. He told me, Sumo is just like a sword fight. Hitting the rope is like having your back to the wall. Step out, and you're dead. He meant that survival in Sumo requires that level of preparedness, a readiness to die. And it is with that mentality, those words of Taiho's etched in my mind, never forgotten for a day, that I have always intended to train and dedicate myself to Sumo. Of course, it's not only my 3 fathers to whom I'm indebted. There were many others who accepted this skinny kid from Mongolia and supported him to the hilt. I have fortunately gained a wonderful companion who has helped me create a warm, loving family of 5. To my family, I am grateful beyond words. That's why now I feel the need anew to get yet stronger, to keep on winning. So what world awaits me beyond these 33 titles? To which world shall I bear witness? I feel in awe of what's to come. I want to keep aiming for high places, devoting myself to those goals. That is my way of giving back to the 3 fathers who've supported me, the Mongolia who gave birth to me, the Japan who raised me, and all the wrestlers who fought with me. It might seem immodest, but how steep is the mountain slope I have climbed while devoting myself each day? How much strength to win through have I developed along that climb? I want to use this book to look back over all my matches and the state of mind in which I faced them.